Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gemma's Window. This reading is for Power Year number 8s. Okay, 8s, let's review how you get to your Power Year number that you only have to calculate once. I will calculate your months for you on a monthly basis, but one time for 2019, and this is how you do it. Take your birth month and take the number that represents that month. Add the number of your birth month to the day of your birth. Now add 3. 3 represents 2019. Now you've got a double-digit number, most likely. Add those two numbers together until you get a single-digit number. Even if you have 10, you reduce it to 1. Only exception, everybody, is the step before last, right before the very end. If you have an 11, don't reduce it to 2. Put an 11 over 2 and listen to the Power Year 2 reading. Okay? But if you have an 8, then you are at the right place. 8s, you're in the month of 7 for August. So let's review what those numbers mean. Now, the year of 8 is it's a chance from the universe to have a very financially successful year, is to finally get rewards for all of your work and your endeavors up to this point of this cycle. And it's also a year not to be a victim anymore. Now, that's very interesting, right? You've heard the term, get your power back, get your power back, get your power back. Well, let me explain a little bit of how do you get your power back by not blaming anymore. By saying, what is my responsibility in this situation? And if I can't figure out what my responsibility is, if I just can't be that objective because I feel like it's all happening to me, if I just understand that, well, I probably had a hand in this somehow, bringing this on, and that's how I have to look at it. That those other people, they're just playing their parts in my life, but I want to be responsible moving forward for what I bring into my life, what type of people I bring into my life, how I treat people, and then in return, how I'm treated, etc., etc. So it's not being a victim anymore. That's an important theme of 8. 8 is also a karmic year. So if you've been good, the universe will be good to you. If you've done something dishonest along the way, or maybe not been at your best, you might feel the repercussions of that this year. Even though I'm telling you some negative things, it really is a good year. It's a powerful year. So when I'm doing a reading for someone and they're a Power Year 8, I know that we can wait to receive good things this year or make things happen for ourselves. Now, the month of 7 for August for you is about kind of holding your breath and just watching and waiting. So it's not necessarily about getting your 2 cents in or trying to make a lot of movement happen. It's a little bit more about watching and waiting and learning. But we're going to see what your cards have to say about that 8s. You have 3 special days in your month of August where you have double the power 8. Double the success, and that would be those would be August 9th, August 18th, and August 27th. You also have 3 wonderful days in your month of August for romance to try to really make relationships work for you. Those would be August 8th, August 17th, and August 26th. To find, to get, or to improve that job, August 6th, August 15th, and August 24th are great days for you. Now, days for surprises or maybe some unexpected news to come your way will be August 4th, August 13th, August 22nd, and August 31st. Okay, you've got your powerhouse days. Now let's pick up these tarot cards And I am going to be using, like I use for all of my clients, I'm going to be using numerology to get answers for you, tarot cards, my clairvoyance when I touch the cards for you, and one more thing I would use if we were in a private reading are mediumship skills, where we would be getting messages from people from the other side. I'm shuffling these cards now, and we're going to start with business. We're going to take a look at people who have jobs, people who are looking for jobs. Then we're going to move on to relationships and people looking for relationships. And then we're going to look at what's the best that we can expect for any situation in your life. I pack a punch. I move fast. I don't want to waste your time. So let's go. Okay. We're going to start with reading for people who are in a position, people who already have the job. Very interesting, eights. Okay, so you're coming from a place, 8, of you're a good worker, you're recognized as a good worker, and you know that you're a good worker. And then all of a sudden the poop hits the fan. Now, this could be that it's just happened. It could be that it's happening. Or it could be that it's about to happen. That it's like, it's the Tower card. So it means that you're rebuilding something. You could have lost a job. You could have left a job. You could have had problems or friction at work. Or you could be starting a new project and have problems or friction and say, what did I do? What did I do? What is happening? But the outcome is a beautiful outcome, and it's the strong relationship card. So, wherever you are in the mistakes or the changes that were abrupt, that either you implemented or somebody, posed changes to you and forced them upon you, you are going to come out better, stronger, and with a very, very strong working relationship. There really isn't anything else to say about this. It just is what it is. You might be shaken up for a little while, but you're going to land on your feet. And karmically, it looks to me like you're landing on your feet because you're not saying that you can do something that you can't do, and you're not being somebody that you're not. You're going to land on your feet because you've done things in a proper order for you so that you could shine and that you could have good relationships in the past and have done well in the past, and that's going to come through. That's going to come through for you, eights. Let's take a look at people who are looking for a job. Now, eights, I just want to tell you that between both of these short readings are hints about if you've changed jobs, if you're looking for a new job, if you're looking for a new promotion. Tweak my words to work for you and your specific situation. Just don't tweak the outcomes. Here we go. For those of you who are looking for a job, and maybe even for those of you who are starting something new, there's a confidence card. There's a confidence issue where you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, can I do this? Am I going to be able to do this? And am I going to be able to get this job? And what I have right before that is an Ace of Swords. So I know you're starting a new project, or you're looking for something new, or you're looking to make changes, or you're the new head of a department, or you're the new head of a territory. And you're going, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this change out of my hat. I've always worked at the register, and now I want to manage. And I'm putting in for it, and I'm going to fight for it. But if truth be told, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull it off. Well, you have the Magician card coming into your near future, and that means that you pull magic out of a hat. You make it work. The Magician card also represents real estate and real estate holdings. So for any of you Eights who are thinking about moving or relocating offices or redesigning something. That you're in a very, very good month for that. That might automatically happen, or you might do it yourself. When in regards to 7, remember I talked about August is a month of 7 for you, and that's a 7 of holding your breath, holding your comments, watching and learning. That advice suits these cards because whatever is going on with you on the business front, there are question marks happening in your mind over something, and yet the outcomes of all of your business endeavors are very, very positive. You make miracles happen. You figure things out when you didn't think you were going to be able to. Maybe coworkers didn't think you were going to be able to. You establish a very strong relationship with your new team or with yourself. So August seems to be, don't go in with guns a-blazing, 8s, but go in observing what the culture is, what the feeling is, what the moods are of wherever your business takes you. And then comes September. September is a month of 8 for you. That's when you go in guns a-blazing. So sit back and watch and learn and listen for this month, 8s. We're going to put these cards back into the deck, and actually I'm going to change decks. How about that? And I'm going to grab a deck for relationships, 8s. Now we're going to look at relationships for you for the month of August 2019, in this month of 7. And we're first going to look at relationships of people who are in one, or maybe you're looking for that reconciliation, or maybe you are trying to work things out in a relationship you have. Again, don't tweak the outcome, but tweak the reading to suit your situation. For those of you in a relationship, 8s, I have the separation card happening. So I feel like something might be taking you away from the relationship. Something might be taking you away from an aspect in the relationship that maybe you like and maybe you don't like. Maybe there's more travel involved, or maybe you just have to work longer hours. You're coming from a place of timing. And I feel like the card is saying, you knew this was going to happen. You knew it was ahead of you. Sooner or later, there were going to be changes in the relationship that, maybe the person's leaving you, maybe not leaving you, not breaking up with you. That is a possibility. Yes. Maybe the person is stepping out. Yes, maybe that is a possibility. But you knew it was coming. Or maybe they are working more. Maybe they say, well, I waited long enough for you, and you can't ever seem to get the vacation time, so I am going. Again, you have this fantastic card wrapping things up, which is the Sun, which is everything you've ever hoped and dreamed about is all going to work out for you. So go let nature take its course, whatever it is, during this separation or change of or in relationship, and let things fall where they may, because you're going to move forward in the most positive way imaginable when it comes to relationships. So if someone say you take a break from the relationship, at least something good's coming. Something good's going to come out of it. Let's take a look at those of you who are looking for love, those of you who are looking for a relationship in your life, a love relationship. And I will wrap it up with the 7 too. I'm not forgetting. Okay. Getting back to that month of 7 in August, for those of you who have the relationship, to me, it looks like you knew something was coming or changes were coming of some kind. Let them happen. Let them happen again and let them go, because by October, you're going to know yay or nay in that relationship if things are going to work out and work out the way you want them. Not everything, even though it sounds the words I'm using is about an ending of a whole entire relationship. It could be that you don't like that someone is texting your loved one. You're like, I noticed on your phone the other day someone texting you, and I don't know why. That may wrap up in a couple of months, but by you just planting the seed of cut it out, give it a couple of months to work out, and I think that it will for you. Okay, getting back to new relationships. You're looking for new relationships, and this is what I've got. I've got that you are preoccupied, eights. You're preoccupied with other things, other people, and it's kind of taking you away from you. Thinking and focusing and working on you. And I feel like that's the way it's supposed to be. Because I feel like when you have 2 feet in a situation, that situation has a much, much better chance of working out. Did you ever notice that? Did you ever notice when people have 1 foot in a situation and they're saying, well, I don't care. You know what I mean? If the relationship works out, it works out. If the job works out, it works out. If the kid comes home tonight, they come home tonight. But if you've got 2 feet in a relationship, you have a better chance of it working out. And that's what I've got for you, eights. It's kind of like you're picking priorities this month, and the priority is not necessarily your love life. And you've come to terms with it, I feel like, that your time will come again. You'll be able to get back to focus on you. And I have the victory card for you. I am getting the most astounding cards for your outcomes that I have really ever seen in one reading. And it's like you're using your head, you're using your noggin, you're not making it all about you this month. And the month of 7 is about going inward and thinking about what you really want, but not outwardly necessarily showing it or pushing for it yet. You have the Justice card right before coming in, right before you listen to this, or right around when you listen to this. And that means the dust starts to settle and things start to work out for you and come your way anyway. So you've planted the seeds out there, and it looks as though you don't have to work so hard for the outcome that you want when it comes to finding that relationship or having a relationship return to you. Okay, eights? Very, very, very cool for you. Now, if you would, think of a situation, any situation that you'd like to know the outcome of. What's the outcome going to be? You can ask about love again. You can ask about health. You can ask about jobs or any relationship at all. And you can also ask on behalf of somebody else. You can say, my mother found a new doctor, or is this, that, or the other thing. How's it going to go? You might think about a relationship at work with someone and say, I got a new boss. How's that going to go? Any relationship you want. Here we go. We're going to ask, what's the best possible outcome that our eights can receive in this month of 7? Okay. Okay. This is what I have for you. I have some kind of movement. It could be relocation. Like I say, when I say relocation, it can be the office across the hall. It can be actual movement of some kind, a change of some kind. And you're not really sure if you're doing the right thing, but you do know that something's telling you or has told you to, or the person you're asking about, like your mom and that doctor, and she changed doctors, something has told the person that we're talking about, they need to make some kind of shift or change, and they're not really sure where they're headed, but they knew it was time. That means that there's a separation. That means that there's a change somehow, and that you become separated from something that either used to be, or separated from a way you used to do things, separated from a location you used to frequent. It's a change, it's a separation. And could someone leave you alone during that time, walk away from you, leave you to your own devices so that you're clueless as to what you're doing? Yes. Could this be a new doctor that the other doctor, at least they always emailed back, now this one is a pain and doesn't respond? Yes. There are changes, and so you have to accept the change in routine as well to whatever the situation is that we're talking about. But lastly, you have a card where you're holding the world in one of your hands, in the palm of your hand. And even though you feel a little disheveled, not quite clear how things are going, the world is your oyster and it's in the palm of your hand. You can have and be and do anything you want. And you are achieving the things that you want, but maybe they're starting slowly. Maybe they're a little bit rocky. Maybe you wish you could get more answers or more attention out of a situation that it's just not coming. But the world is your oyster, 8s. 7 is a slow-moving month. It's going to feel that way. You're in a rocket year. You're in a year of taking off. And 7 might just be like, wigwam, like, oh my gosh, why is this moving at this weird pace and this slowness? And why aren't I seeing or hearing or feeling? It's coming around the mountain when it comes, because when you hit that September, you're back into that month of 8, and it's pow once again. So relax and enjoy, my 8s. Enjoy those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. Thank you so much for joining Jemma's Window. If you'd like to know more about me or send me a question, hop onto my website at gemmaswindow@gmail.com. And please subscribe if you haven't already. I do know that I've been sporadic with my postings. I'm trying to change my technical stuff so that it's a little easier for me to get things posted. In any case, thank you for your patience, or please have patience, and I'll see you next time, mates. Thank you. Bye for now.